Hey everyone! We are working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy the content and it is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button right now as we proceed. Get ready to dive back into the swing of things and catch you up on everything that's been happening in Blue Jays land. And let me tell you, a lot has happened recently. So buckle up because we've got some major news to break down today, starting with the biggest story that has the entire Blue Jays community talking. We're going to discuss the emotional retirement of a broadcasting legend, then we're going to blow your minds with the absolutely insane promotional giveaways the Blue Jays have planned for their 50th anniversary season, and we're going to wrap things up by celebrating a defensive wizard getting his long overdue recognition. This is going to be a packed episode, so let's jump right into it. Let's start with the main news, the story that has touched the hearts of Blue Jays fans across generations. The Blue Jays announcer and one of my absolute personal heroes in the baseball world, Buck Martinez, is no longer going to be in the broadcast booth. Happy retirement, Buck Martinez. What an absolutely incredible ride it has been for this man. And what better way could there possibly have been for him to tip his hat and walk off into the sunset than calling a Game 7 of the World Series? Think about that for a moment. The only thing that would have been better, the only thing that could have made that moment more perfect, would have been calling a Blue Jays victory in World Series Game 7. Outside of that specific scenario, I genuinely don't think he could have had any other more perfectly fitting way to end his legendary career. The man has done so much for the game of baseball over his incredible journey. When you talk about all the wonderful things Buck Martinez has been able to accomplish over the years, the list is genuinely staggering. He even got the call and won an Emmy Award for calling the Cal Ripken Jr. 2,131 consecutive game streak, one of the most iconic moments in baseball history. He's been an insanely good player in his own right during his playing days. He has one of the craziest, most memorable plays in Major League Baseball history, a play where he literally broke his leg during the action and still managed to get a guy out. Just absolutely insane stuff that shows the kind of competitor he was. The man is made of absolute nails and grit. It's been such a privilege to watch what he's been doing all these years in broadcast booths across his career, especially his incredible partnership with Dan Shulman in recent years. So on that note, Buck, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate everything you've given to this sport and to Blue Jays fans. And also, thank you very much for a memory from a million years ago when I was about yay tall, just a little kid in the early years of watching Blue Jays baseball. You were nice enough to sign one of my baseballs and I still have it proudly displayed over on the mantle by the fireplace. It always brings me genuine joy thinking about that story. We couldn't quite get Jose Cruz's autograph that day, but you were right there ready to go and made a kid's day. So appreciate you, Buck. Thank you very much for everything. Now, moving right along to some absolutely wild promotional news. The Blue Jays have all sorts of crazy good stuff going on this year for their 50th anniversary season promotions. So make sure you get those calendars ready, party people, because there is some really fun stuff on the horizon. We're talking about promotional giveaways that range from nostalgic to absolutely bizarre to genuinely awesome. Let me run down some of the highlights for you. We've got an Angry Birds Trey Savage Black jersey giveaway. Yes, you heard me correctly. They're actually going to bring those things back. We've got the cut-off sleeves throwback style with Roy Halladay, which is going to make older fans incredibly nostalgic. And apparently there's a Canada Day giveaway jersey for Shane Bieber as well. That's going to be really cool to see. There are home run themed t-shirts that feature George Springer, Joe Carter, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. all together. But the one I'm personally looking forward to the most is actually really, really stupid in the best possible way. They're going to have a retro hat night where the giveaway is actually Doma the Turtle, the original mascot from when they first opened Skydome way back in the day. Why not, right? That's just pure fun. Why not embrace the weird history? They're also doing a Y2K throwback weekend where they'll have the weird kind of fleece pullover thing that has the 50th anniversary logo and all the old Blue Jays logos from throughout franchise history up to that point. There's a pullover that just looks absolutely awesome with the big maple leaf logo prominently displayed on it. There are so many cool things planned, including an actual replica championship ring night. They're going to give away replicas of the back-to-back World Series rings late in the season, which is going to be incredibly popular. retro bags, multiple bobbleheads that haven't all been announced yet, special ticket nights, open practice nights, the return of loony hot dog nights obviously. There's even a really interesting City Connect style Jose Bautista and Edwin Encarnacion muscle flexing bobblehead that's going to commemorate some iconic moments. They are absolutely pulling out all the stops on these promotional giveaways this year, and I'm genuinely excited to see where they continue to go with this because this is just the first wave of announcements. They'll reveal a few more between now and opening day, and I'm just incredibly glad that they're actually taking the 50th anniversary celebration seriously because it's a massive accomplishment. The Blue Jays franchise deserves all the recognition and celebration, and so do the loyal fans who've supported them through everything. Now for the last piece of news today, and this one is just absolutely
I feel responsibility and accountability when things are going wrong. That's when I feel like someone needs to be up front. But in that setting, when we're talking about something that is, we're sharing a team together, then it's really about sharing. So extremely comfortable. I had fun with it.
Devin White was a defensive gem, a lineup igniter, a spark plug in the ballpark. And he just had an insanely good and criminally underrated career that I dare say not enough people talk about properly. My friend Guy Batista and I have discussed Devin White many times, and the consensus is always the same. This man doesn't get nearly enough credit. Devin White has been one of those players that was just a constant professional throughout his entire career. Insane defense. I'm talking about absolutely insane, Gold Glove caliber defense year after year. It's actually amazing to me that he only won 7 Gold Glove awards over his career. In his illustrious 17-year Major League career, he won 7 Gold Gloves, made multiple All-Star Game appearances, and even finished 16th in the MVP voting in 1991. He was also a Rookie of the Year top finalist back in 1987. When you talk about a guy that has this kind of resume, it's genuinely insane that he's not talked about more in Blue Jays lore. He absolutely should be on the level of excellence wall and immortalized in some fashion around the ballpark, which he actually is now that I think about it. The bar area that commemorates the catch is 100% dedicated to what he did during that near triple play sequence where the Blue Jays got Deion Sanders out. And getting Deion Sanders out is the key part of that story because Deion was one of the fastest players in baseball history. So here we are. Just 3 days until pitchers and catchers officially report to spring training facilities. Blue Jays fans, what are you thinking? What's going on in your minds right now? Is there anything specific you want to see happen before the season starts? We're going to have all sorts of crazy things going on as we approach the regular season. The rest of the 2026 Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame class joining Devin White includes some other wonderful names. We've got Jim Barber, Stubby Clapp, who is another wonderful, amazing person and has been a great coach as well, Paul Runge, Bill Stoneman, and Kate Sadder. So we're going to have a really nice, well-deserved class being inducted this year. Good times all around for Canadian baseball. But at this point, we are absolutely ready to go. It's basically baseball season now. We get to have some real fun very soon. The crazy thing is now we have to figure out who's going to be joining Dan Shulman in the announcing booth to replace the irreplaceable Buck Martinez. Is it Ben Wagner moving up from the radio side? They were actually the first father-son radio broadcast pairing for a World Series, which is pretty special. It's going to be genuinely interesting to see where things go from here. I personally hope some of our wonderful friends in the announcers group get a legitimate chance to potentially move into that spot because we've met some truly wonderful people covering the Blue Jays over the years. It'll be really interesting to see how management handles this significant transition. And clearly I've been talking way too much because I'm losing my voice again. Recovery is a process, folks. But here's what I need from you right now. Drop a comment below telling me your favorite Buck Martinez broadcasting memory. Who do you want to see replace him in the booth? Which 50th anniversary promotional giveaway are you most excited about? Are you planning to attend any of these special nights? Smash that like button if you're as hyped as I am for Blue Jays baseball to return. And absolutely subscribe with notifications turned on because it's almost spring training baseball. We've only got a few more days until this whole thing kicks off midweek. This week is game on, people. We're going to talk to you very soon with all things Toronto Blue Jays. Make sure you tune in right here, hit those subscribe buttons, and we'll be ready with all the latest Blue Jays news, analysis, and coverage as we head into what promises to be an incredible 50th anniversary season. Let's go Blue Jays!